Okay, so these are Friday's notes. I wanted to go over the tangent and cotangent graphs with you. Now, if you remember correctly, the tangent is sine over cosine, right here, which is on the unit circle. If you're looking at the coordinates, it's y over x. Okay, which you've heard me say numerous times that it's the slope. So right here, if I'm going to pi over 6, okay, you can see the slope of that line is rise over run. So that's the y value, the 1/2, over square root of 3 over 2. And then here, square root of 2 over 2 over square root of 2 over 2. So we get a slope of 1. So when you plot those points, you get this shape, very similar to the parent function of the cubic. At pi over 4, just like I just told you, the slope is 1. So pi over 4 up 1, there's a point. At 0, the slope is 0. And then at negative pi over 4, the slope is negative 1. So it gives you this shape right here. Notice at pi over 2, the slope is vertical, which means the slope is undefined. So everywhere that you have a vertical line, you have undefined slope, that's where your vertical asymptote is. From pi over 2, notice pi units later, it'll complete a cycle. So you're looking at pi, pi, so on and so forth. So for the sine and the cosine graph, your period was 2 pi, but for tangent and cotangent, the period is pi. So you have an asymptote at pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2, and so on and so forth, as well as going the other way. Negative pi over 2, negative 3 pi over 2, and so on. So your period is pi. The tangent and cotangent graphs do not have an amplitude. Your domain is x cannot equal negative pi over 2, pi over 2, 3 pi over 2, 5 pi over 2. So the best way to write it, and I forgot to put my dots in there, so you can just say x does not equal something like that. And then the range is all real numbers. Now, when you look at the cotangent graph down here, things change a little bit because it's cosine over sine. So now, instead of the vertical line being undefined, the horizontal line will now be undefined. So at 0, it's undefined, and at pi. So 0, you have a vertical asymptote. Pi, you have a vertical asymptote. 2 pi, 3 pi, negative pi, and so on. Notice the curve now goes through pi over 2 instead of tangent goes through 0. Cotangent goes through pi over 2, and the graph's been reflected over pi over 2. So it's got a backward shape there. Okay, because at pi over 4 is 1, and then 3 pi over 4 is negative 1. And again, your period is pi, so it's just going to repeat every pi units. So your period is pi. Your amplitude, there is no amplitude. Your domain, x cannot equal negative pi, 0, pi, and so on. And then your range is, again, is negative infinity, positive infinity, all real numbers. Okay, so the one thing that you need to remember, because now we're talking about tangent and cotangent, the formula for period, instead of 2 pi over b, now we're going to use pi over b. And that will help you get through tonight's homework. So again, all the assignments are on the board. and this will get you through Friday, and I will see you guys on Tuesday. Thanks for your time.